50% righteousness.
Yo, Angela Yee, I love you.
50% ratchetness.
Tell them ratchets to sit down.
Okay, more like 95% ratchet.
This is becoming the most prominent form for hip-hop.
Wake your ass up.
It's early in the morning, but they told me it was y'all. I said, oh, hell yeah, I'm getting
The
up.
world's most dangerous morning show. DJ Envy.
Your people's choice.
Angela Yee.
I'm a sweetheart, but I'll cut you.
Charlamagne the God. Prince of pissing people off.
I can't believe you guys are the best, kid.
Collectively known as
Breakfast Club, bitches.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ Envy.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
Yes, it's Tuesday and it's snowing in New York right now.
Yes.
A little bit. That ain't really snow for New York. Call that a little dust up.
After we
It
just
ain't even
had,
sticking.
after we
not
just
too
had a
bad.
58-degree day 2 days ago.
But it is still
confused.
January.
We
Yeah.
celebrating 58-degree days now.
I was, man.
It's still
I ain't gonna
winter.
lie. It felt good to get out there at
Sometimes
58
it snows
degrees.
here until like March and April.
That is true.
So, you know.
But it was just 58 degrees. I thought it was pretty nice out. And then, bang, we're here with the snow.
It's light. It's a little
Now,
dust
yesterday I had a really nice time. They had a dinner honoring me. Shout out to my boy Scotty. He owns a studio, Engine Room Audio. It was like a post-Grammy dinner because there's a lot of people that are still in town. So I appreciate everybody for showing up. And coming out. No ID was there. I haven't seen him in a while. Punch from TDE was there, still celebrating their 5 Grammy wins. And Natina, you know, we have a friend named Natina who works at Def Jam, but her name is really supposed to be pronounced Natina.
Is it for real?
Yeah. She said
Oh.
she got tired of correcting people from when she was 7 years old, so she just lets people call her Natina.
Oh.
Is that
Well, I'm going to call her
interesting?
Natina from now on.
Yeah, that's a shame though when your name is pronounced a certain way, but you just say, I give up. Everyone pronounces
Well, they do
it
that to my
wrong.
wife all the time. Her name is Gia, and they call her Gia.
Everybody calls her Gia.
Every day, all day. I don't care how
So
many
she's just
times
like,
I say
she
Gia.
responds to Gia also.
Yeah, she does respond. So I usually correct people when they call her Gia, though. I'll be like, no, her name is Gia.
Well, what
Your
happened
real
at the
name's-
dinner? Was there any fights? Anybody had sex in the studio? Anything?
No, it was like a private dinner. It was at a loft. So what they did was it's like an Airbnb loft space. So they just rented it out, and it was a really nice dinner in the city. You know, we can't afford to have those big homes in Manhattan.
Nobody got drunk and cursed anybody
And
out?
shout out to the chef Damon Day. No, it was a nice, beautiful dinner, and I knew everybody that was there.
So did you stay at the Airbnb after? Since it was already rented out. You said it was a nice place?
No.
Or you went home?
I like going home.
Any arguments about the Super Bowl? Anything?
No, there was no arguments. Everybody was just having a good
The
time.
best thing to do nowadays, if you know somebody from Philly and you want to really just start an argument to start an
My boy
argument.
Ryan Press was there from
Is
Philly.
he from Philly? You
Yeah.
should have asked him. You should have said, hey, if you could pick one thing out of these two.
One thing. Okay, let me think.
Meek Mill, released from jail, no parole, no probation, no nothing. Or the Eagles win the Super Bowl this Sunday. Which one would you
that's
pick?
disrespectful.
You got friends from Philly. Put them under pressure this week and ask them that question.
Philly hasn't
okay?
been this close in a long time.
Since McNabb and T.O.
Yes,
And
but
I think that was against the Patriots, if I remember correctly.
yeah, but then Meek Mill, he's the
Hey,
whole.
man.
He
You gotta
represents
let
Philly
Meek
so
Mill
tough.
out.
You say that, but some diehard Eagle fans. I had some diehard Eagle fans be like, "Look, he only got 2 to 4. He be all right."
Nah,
I'm telling you.
We have a
ask your
diehard-
people from Philly this week.
we have a diehard Philly fan in the room right now.
And he said he'll be all right. He got 2 to 4 years.
He got 2 to 4 years?
That's what he told me
Nah,
yesterday.
you gotta let me
That's
go.
a shame. Let
I've been
Meek
pressing
out.
all my people from Philly all week long. I'm telling you, that's
got-
the question to ask people from
You
Philly
gotta
all
let
week.
me go, man. Absolutely let me go.
Call Q Deezy. I'm gonna ask Q Deezy. I don't want to give him no fair warning. That I'm asking him this question though.
Just call him. Just
Just call
blind
him and ask him. Absolutely.
My goodness. All right. Well, we have Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum.
I like this guy.
He'll be joining us this morning.
He's running for governor of Florida.
He's running for governor for Florida, so
A
we'll kick
brother.
with him this
And
morning.
he got a lot of good things to say.
Yeah, so we'll kick it with him a little bit. All right, and then we got front page news. What we talking about, Yee?
We are going to do a little test with you guys. Now, they're saying in Iowa they're going to require students to pass a citizenship exam to graduate high school. I want to see if you guys could pass. And this is the same test they give to immigrants.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I know an immigrant that took the test, and he was telling me what he had to study. I didn't know some of that stuff. I ain't gonna lie. We can start there already. That's my All right, anyway, we'll do it when we come back as the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, in sports, Blake Griffin has been traded to the Pistons. He left the Clippers, and which is surprising because he just signed a $75 million deal, less than a year ago?
$75 million? I thought it was like $171 million.
I don't know what it was.
$75 million?
I thought it was like 75 4 years.
$75 million, that's light.
Now, at my dinner last night, everybody was talking about that Blake Griffin trade, so.
That's a hell of a culture shock. To go from the Los Angeles area to Detroit.
Clippers.
Jesus Christ.
Is that a win for Detroit?
I don't know if that beige boy can survive.
That's definitely a win for Detroit.
That's a hell of a culture shock, man. That's a hell of an environment change. LA to Detroit?
You're right, it was $175 million, but he'll be all right. I think they'll do good. I think that's a pickup for the Detroit Pistons.
And in other sports news, Big Pop 87 says, give me that chip. Meek can sit in jail. And Monique Jones 1 says, Meek Mill is willing to take that 2-4 for the team. I'm sure. # Go Eagles.
Nah, hell no.
That's
Get
what
Meek
we're asking
out.
the question.
Get Meek
tell you,
out.
run up on people from Philly all week and ask them, would you rather Meek Mill get out of jail, no probation, no parole, or the Eagles win this Sunday?
Get Meek out. Now let's talk about what's going on in Iowa.
And now in Iowa, they are going to require students to pass a citizenship exam in order to graduate. So I wanted to see if you guys could possibly pass. The test they're going to give is the same one immigrants have to pass to become U.S. citizens. Now, the Iowa test will ask questions from a set of 100. You have to answer 10 questions. So in order to successfully pass the test, you have to achieve a score of at least 60%. I took it this morning, and fortunately, I passed. So let me see if you guys would pass.
Oh, boy.
The House of Representatives has how many voting members?
I don't know.
4.
435.
That's what I meant.
Okay, what is the name of the national anthem?
The Star Spangled Banner?
That is correct.
I knew that one, too.
What piece of land did the United States buy from France in 1803?
I don't know.
New York.
The Louisiana Territory. Come on, guys. Who is in charge of the executive branch?
The president?
That's correct. And how many U.S. senators are there?
I don't know.
232.
100.
Damn it, man.
All right, guys.
So what does
Well,
that mean?
you know.
Would I get in the country or
No,
not?
definitely
I bet
wouldn't get
y'all
the
know
country.
this one.
Definitely wouldn't.
I bet you guys know this one. When is the last day you can send in federal income tax forms?
I have an accountant.
I haven't accounted until I get an extension. So
April
know.
15th.
Oh, I don't know.
You
I get
guys
an
should know
extension.
that. April
I have
15th
no
every
idea.
year.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And
I
sometimes
get an
they
extension.
extend it if it's the weekend to the Monday after.
I get an extension.
Amazing. I was reading my daily affirmation book from Ryan Holiday today, and today's daily affirmation is you don't have to stay on top of everything. Okay? All right? One
You
of the
guys
most
should not even be citizens.
I'm just saying,
You're right.
one of the most powerful things you can do as a human being in our hyper-connected 24/7 media world is say, I don't know, or more provocatively, I don't care. That was in my daily affirmation today.
There
Shout
you
to
go.
Ryan Holiday.
All right.
All right, now the Cleveland Indians are getting rid of their Chief Wahoo logo, finally. You know, it's been very controversial. So starting in 2019, the team's jersey are no longer going to feature the Native American caricature. A lot of people have said that is offensive and racist, and they just announced yesterday that they will be getting rid of it. Now, they've been shifting away from using that symbol in recent years, and right now they're saying they ultimately have decided the logo is no longer appropriate for on-field use in Major League Baseball. So they're going to wait until
About time.
2019 to give fans and the team time to transition. And then after that, fans will still be able to buy it at souvenir shops in the stadium and at select retailers, but it won't be available online. Now, the reason they're doing that is because if they stop selling the logo, they would lose the trademark rights.
Well, one thing the white man know how to do is get rid of Indians. I'm surprised it took so long to get rid of that mascot. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Now they got to do the Redskins.
Okay.
They got to do the Washington Redskins. Have to be
They
next.
took great pride in getting rid of Native Americans at one point in our country. I don't know why it took them so long to get rid of this mascot.
My goodness. All right. Well, that's front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up right now. Maybe you had a bad night, bad morning, or you want to just vent, or just maybe you feel positive. You want to spread some positivity. Phone lines are wide open. Hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, man, this Davey Ruffin, man.
What's up, bro? Get it off your chest,
Davey
man.
Ruffin?
David Ruffin.
Yeah, I'm a comedian, man. I'm out of the DMV area. I'm in Maryland. You hear me?
Let me hear you say you.
You.
So you're a comedian. Let me hear your signature joke.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I don't really have a signature joke, but, you know, one of my top jokes right now went viral on Facebook. You see what I'm saying? 3,000 views. You know, check me out on Instagram. But one of my top jokes was, you know, the difference between a super Maryland guy and a Southeast DC dude. You know what I'm saying? Because females, you know, they want a tough, but they want a soft dude at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to understand, y'all got to pick and choose what you want. But where I'm from, you got a place called Accokeek, Maryland, Wardolph, Maryland. I call it Extreme Maryland because it's not in the metropolitan area.
I ain't heard no joke yet, sir.
Yeah, where's the joke part?
That was funny.
Well, the joke is, look, if you want a dude like that, you got to go to the nice part of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? The super part, the suburbs, because you can't go to the ghetto and expect to go to, you know, Roof Crest, you know.
Boo! Get David Ruffy off the stage. Boo! Who else y'all got on the bill tonight? Boo!
Damn it, man. Sorry,
no,
sir.
I'm gonna say it like Baltimore. Boo! Boo!
Oh my goodness. Hello, who's this?
This is Josh from Indiana.
Hey, Josh, get it off your chest.
Hey, man, I've been trying to get through for a while. I'm so pissed about my brother being a Trump supporting cracker-ass cracker white devil.
There you go. I like to hear white people talk like that. Tell me more.
Man, this is crazy. Here's the twist. It's my brother. We got the same mom, different dad. He was raised by his dad. I was raised by mine. My dad's black. His dad's white.
Wow.
And so, like, he sees this, you know, people that look like me getting shot up in the streets, and he throws out these excuses, like the Philando Castile thing. Man, he said, the craziest thing he said, well, what kind of neighborhood do you live in? Like, what the hell does that have to do with anything?
Exactly.
Like, for real?
No matter what neighborhood they live in, the police job is to protect and to serve, not kill.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's like, no matter what I try to tell this guy, it's like, man, it could be your niece out there, it could be me. All these people out here looking like me getting shot up in the streets, and they're Colin Kaepernick started taking the knee for us, for the justice, and he's all anti-Colin Kaepernick, anti-Jay-Z for saying anything on CNN. It's like, man, I can't even talk to him. Come Thanksgiving, I can't even.
All you got to do is yell across the table. You know what? It's white people like you that give white people like me a bad name, you cracker-ass cracker white devil.
Jeez, that'll be a big fight in the crib.
Make sure, don't wait till Thanksgiving, though. Tell them now.
All right, thank you, bro.
Yep, thank you.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Let's go.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
Say it with your chest.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
What's up, Envy?
Hey, Trav. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Hey, E.
Hey, what's up, Trav?
How you doing? What's up, Charlamagne?
What up, sis? How you?
Trav, a lot of people
doing
be
good.
hitting me up about you in my DMs. Like, yo, we need to follow Trav. Trav got to be part of the show.
Trav is taken, all right?
Okay, I mean, claim it.
I
You
definitely
did jump out the window like Travis. Yo, Envy did sound like you his piece of trade just now, Trav. He was like, Travis, take it.
Envy is a straight man who's married to a beautiful woman.
Thank you, Trav.
Envy doesn't want you to get too famous.
I don't know how straight it is, man. I see a little crookedness.
Oh, what's up, Trav?
Listen, I am mad at BET, but not even mad at BET. I'm mad at the people for not coming out and voting for it, because I'm a brilliant idiot. And I've been listening to your podcast forever, Charlamagne, and I can't believe that y'all didn't make the finalists for the podcast.
Well, it was up to voting, man, and people had to get out there and vote for it.
I said on last week's podcast, if I look at the competition, I didn't think we was going to make the Final Five.
I mean, you guys definitely, you guys been in the podcast game so long, especially over Jesus and Merrill, man. Like, you guys, don't get me wrong, they good too, but you guys been holding it down for a long time,
I'm
man.
going to be honest, man. Jesus and Merrill podcast is produced better than all. Salute to my guy, Jesus and Merrill. And my guys right there. I love seeing them win.
That was my dog.
It's Andrew's fault. I just want you to know that.
It's possible.
All right.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you, Trav.
Have a good one.
Bye, Trav.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, is this the Breakfast Club?
Who's this?
It's Jared from Houston, straight out of Houston. What's up, Envy, Charlamagne the God?
What's
Angela
happening?
Yee.
What's
Hey.
up? Get it off your chest, bro.
Hey, I've been trying to get in contact with y'all for a while, but I'm out here in Houston, and it seems like we having y'all kind of weather out here. I hate it, man.
What, it's snowing in
I hate it.
Houston?
Y'all
It's
can take
cold?
this cold. Yeah, it's freezing. It's freezing. And I got one more thing to say. Angela Yee.
Yes.
I know the internet lying about your age now. I know you ain't what the internet say you is.
I might be, I might not be.
Oh, no, you too. Man, God bless you. But that's
What's
all I
wrong,
want to
what's
say, man.
wrong with
I love
age,
y'all.
though? Age is a blessing, sir.
Oh, most definitely. Yes.
Age is a privilege you have to embrace because a lot of people didn't make it.
Listen, you got to take care of yourself too, so you look better as you get older.
Oh yeah. So what's that? What's that green shake you be drinking every morning, Andrew?
Okay, so that is kale. That has ginger, green apples, and sometimes I put bananas or grapefruit. I switch it up.
Oh, okay. Because I'm gonna start drinking that every morning. I heard you and Layla Ali's interview, and that's what I'm doing for breakfast from now on.
There you go.
It's very good for you, especially if you had a rough night like I did. I ate a lot of different types of foods last night. I got a reset in the morning.
Oh, okay. Well, I love y'all, man. Y'all keep doing your thing. I'm listening to y'all every morning for years.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you.
Love y'all.
All right, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up now. We got rumors on the way?
Yes, find out who says he has 22 girlfriends and they all know about each other. Also, Kim Kardashian. Why are people mad at her now? We'll tell you what happened on social media.
All right, we'll get into that when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Kim K.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee. On The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, Kim Kardashian was breaking the internet again yesterday, I guess. Now, people are upset because she had cornrows and she called them Bo Derek braids. Here she is on her snap.
So guys, I did Bo Derek braids and I'm really into it.
All right, the problem with this is, of course, those braids aren't necessarily Bo Derek braids. They date back to at least 3000 BC. And those were back particularly in Ethiopia. So crediting Bo Derek for these braids had the internet in an uproar yesterday.
Are y'all going to fall for the same trick every couple years, the same gag? Or maybe it might be every year at this point from a Jenna Kardashian.
Well, yes, Kylie Jenner has done this before
same
as well.
Thing. Why do we fall for it every time? Clearly, yesterday, Kim K was online yesterday seeking attention.
She was.
If it wasn't the braids, it was all the nude photos.
It was naked.
Now,
Like,
after that, she did post some nude photos as quote-unquote Bo West. And then Perez Hilton said no to her look with the braids. And then Lindsay Lohan said, I am confused. And then Kim Kardashian clapped back at her and said, Lindsay Lohan, you know what's confusing? Your sudden foreign accent. Then Kim Kardashian posted a picture of herself on the phone and said, hey, can I get 0 Fs, please? Thanks.
Kim K was online seeking attention all day yesterday. It was even a picture of floating around of Kanye sitting around lonely in a diner or something. Like, it was an attention ploy.
It's after the Grammys. Now, never forget, though, that Kim Kardashian had said that she doesn't want to pose naked anymore. Check this out.
That they weren't going to show my ass crack or my nipple. This is full porn. I just am never getting naked again.
I don't want people to be like, oh, she's good for us, being naked.
And this is why they stay on top. Drop on the two bombs for the Kardashian clan.
But they said the ratings went down a lot, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we fall for their publicity stunts every single freaking time. Congratulations to them.
Well, I don't know if that's going to make people watch the show. Now, Delicious went on social media, and she said, really, Instagram. Now, let's be honest. Kim Kardashian looks great, and I love her and her hustle, so please note she isn't my problem at all. But we all know if African-American models were to post this in the precious Instagram community, what would happen? I'm curious, guys. What do you think would happen if an Afro-American posted this? Remember what happened to Rihanna's account when she did this? Please don't misunderstand me.
When did Rihanna do that? I missed that nipple.
No, remember they took Rihanna's
remember
Instagram
she
down
quit
for a while.
Instagram.
Yeah,
she was out of here.
She had a nipple out?
I think she had a nipple out. She didn't quit.
I missed that
She
one.
didn't quit. I think they pulled it. And remember,
I'm sure
last time Kim K did this, I reported
Flagged
her.
it. You flagged
I
it.
flagged it and reported it 10 times. Because there's mad people, when I post flyers and like that, and they take mine down. They need to take that down because that's not fair. That's not right. Don't take my flyer down.
And that's exactly, you sound just like Delicious.
Yeah, it's
That's
Delicious.
exactly what she's
I
saying.
ain't mad at you. I flagged it.
Why is it okay
You
when
flagged Kim Kardashian half naked?
Yes.
Why?
Because when I post my flyers for my clubs that I
the
do,
strip clubs.
and they
You
got
be on there half naked?
No, I don't be on there half naked, but they'll post a girl in a bikini, and they'll take mine down immediately.
Remember when we were in New Orleans and Envy had on that shirt that was see-through with his nipples out?
They definitely took
they
that
flagged
down.
They
Yes.
should have flagged that. Nobody wanted to see that. Nobody wanted to see
So
Envy
why
with
is
a
it
sheer-
okay for Kim Kardashian and Envy can't?
Exactly.
I would much rather
Matter of
see
fact,
Kim K in a sheer shirt than Envy in a sheer shirt.
I'm going
I'm
to flag
sorry.
that picture
Okay.
right now.
I'm sure Kim K knows somebody on Instagram, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I'm sure
she
she
does,
called them beforehand and say, I'm posting this picture, by the way.
Hold on, I'm
sure that
10
happened.
of them. All right, Quincy Jones says he has 22 girlfriends, and he said they all know about each other in GQ magazine.
Inappropriate.
He's 84 years old, and he said he's had his fill of committed relationships. He said, I was told not to marry actresses or singers. I ended up with 2 actresses and a superstar model because he's been married 3 times. Now, he also has 4 Broadway plays, 10 movies, 6 albums, and a documentary in the works. So he's very busy, and he says that he has women in all different places. He had girlfriends everywhere. Cape Town, Cairo, Stockholm. He said she's coming in next week. Brazil. He's got a great girl from Shanghai, Cairo. He said these women range from age 28 to 42. And he said if the women know about each other, he said, yeah, I don't lie. And it's amazing. Women get it. Don't you ever forget. They're 13 years smarter than we are. He also said there's an age limit for him. He said, buzz as if they're too old, but you'd be surprised. These women, the young ones, are aggressive now. They're fearless all over the world. He said, there's no upside to dating a woman my age. You gotta be kidding. I got me some technology out there. Keep fat and old away from here.
Quincy Jones is 84 years old. Whatever helps him make it through the day, let him have it. Drop one of the clues bombs for Quincy Jones. 22 girlfriends. By the way, all of those girlfriends are null and void if his penis doesn't get hard at his age, okay?
He said technology.
Well, not to mention, he's one of the architects of Off the Wall and Thriller. Quincy Jones deserves all the girlfriends that royalties from Thriller can buy.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
All right.
Hey, Q!
All right.
Quincy.
When we come back, we got front page news. What we talking about, Yeezy?
We are going to be talking about getting a divorce online. Now that's possible.
Okay, we'll get into all that when we come back.
Following somebody.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I am very envious of everybody who went to see Black Panther last night
in L.A.
In
right?
L.A.
Yeah.
I almost did the irresponsible thing and went out there, but I knew that wouldn't be responsible because I got
you're gonna see
a
it
career
here
and
soon.
stuff. Oh, I definitely gonna see it here. I'm gonna have me a little get together because y'all having too much fun with your little dashikis on watching Black Panther. Okay, I want in. I can't even eat breakfast yet because I got this little salty taste in my mouth watching y'all have all this fun.
You got salty in your mouth?
All right. See what I'm saying?
All right, well, let's get in some front page news. Now, Blake Griffin has been traded to Detroit. What up, Doe?
Poor guy.
Why poor guy?
To go from L.A. to Detroit, salute to Detroit, salute to everybody in the D, but you can't act like that's not a huge culture shock, man. To go from L.A. to Detroit and you're getting traded in the middle of winter? Whoa.
Well, he sit his ass down and play basketball.
He's going to have a good time. Detroit is popping right now.
Yeah,
so.
all right. You
Detroit's
say that.
cold
you
right
ain't been
now.
living in L.A. the past 10 years like Blake Beige Griffin has.
My goodness. Okay. Now let's talk about Iowa.
Yes, in Iowa, they're going to require students to pass a citizenship exam to graduate if you're in high school. Now, the test is the same one immigrants have to pass to become U.S. citizens. And let's see how much you guys know, okay? Don't
ask me the same questions you asked last hour. Now, give me something new.
All right, hold on. Who did the United States fight in World War II?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
My dumb ass was about to say Vietnam, but that was a whole nother war.
Russia.
No, it wasn't Russia.
Japan.
What?
Japan's one of them.
Oh, see?
Japan, Germany, and Italy.
I had
it was 3 teams?
It's not teams, man.
I didn't know they played against 3 teams.
Okay, here's a multiple choice for you guys. Okay. Which war was not fought by the United States in the 1900s? Afghanistan War, Vietnam War, Korean War, or World War I?
I don't know.
Afghanistan.
That's correct, Envy.
I got 2.
Okay, you can stay in the country.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Here's an easy one. We elect a president for how many years?
4 years.
Damn, look at you.
Ooh, I'm in here.
Which is not a cabinet level position? Secretary of the Interior, Secretary of Energy, Secretary of Communications, or Secretary of Agriculture, which is not.
Mayor of Wakanda. That's not a position.
Secretary of Interior.
Wrong. Secretary of Communications. All right, I don't know if you guys would be able to pass this test, so.
I'm fine with this. I'm fine not knowing any of this, by the way.
Now, lawyer Laura Wasser, and she's a very famous divorce attorney. Mm-hmm. She is actually going to be doing a website, so you can do a do-it-yourself divorce. It's called It's Over Easy. And the site is available only for divorcing people in California and in New York. So for $1,500 plus processing and filing fees, you get a divorce petition to serve your spouse. And you can get a 30-minute consultation with a family law consultant for $2,500 plus processing and filing fees. Both parties are covered. The paperwork is filed for both parties, and there's a 90-minute phone consultation. So that's it. You can now do an online divorce. You know, a lot of people say marry because they say divorce is too expensive.
Listen, man, everything don't have to go digital, okay? Like, in divorce shouldn't be one of those things.
No, that could be digital because you think about it. The paying lawyers is so damn expensive for a lot of people.
People say it's too expensive.
You ain't got to pay a lawyer. You go to mediate or do that?
I feel like if you can have online divorce, then you can have online marriage. What's up? Let's cut some costs here.
Can you do that?
Let's cut some costs here, ladies.
Actually, if you just go to City Hall, it's not too bad.
Forget City Hall. Let's do it online, okay? I do. You follow me, I follow you. All right? Let's do it like that. Since y'all want online divorce, let's have online marriage.
Somebody could break into your account and you be married, don't even know it.
Well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Have 10 wives you don't know about. All digital. They don't count. That ain't really real.
They don't count.
Never met none of them.
Oh, my
All
goodness.
right? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Who is this hoe saying she my wife? I don't know her. Okay?
My goodness. And that's front page news. Now, when we come back, we have Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum.
I really like this guy, man.
He's running for governor of Florida.
What is he now? He's running for governor of Florida. He's the mayor of Tallahassee.
Yeah, Mayor of Tallahassee. He's running for governor of Florida.
I really like this guy. You ever have a conversation with somebody and you realize like they really get it and they got some things going on in their brain that can really change the world? He's one of those individuals.
All right. Well, we'll get that back on when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Tallahassee Mayor.
What's up?
Andrew Gillum. Did I say that right?
Gillum.
You can tell he's from Florida right
That's
now.
it. Miami.
You born and raised in Florida?
I am. Richmond Heights.
I always say the craziest people come from the Bronx and all of Florida.
Come on, man. Not all of Florida.
You have to admit people from Florida are a little off.
No.
Just a little bit.
No. No more than any place else. We just got 20 million people. So it feels that way, but it's a great state. I call it home. Started from the bottom, as I say, and now in Tallahassee, Florida, literally the top of the state. Raised in an area called Richmond Heights, South Dade, born in Jackson Memorial Hospital. One of 7 kids. One of my brothers is here with us this morning. And all boys, one girl, my baby sister, who's actually in law school here at Cardozo. And obviously I'm now in this race for governor.
How'd you get into politics?
I was
from the hoods of Florida.
Well, that's right. I mean, I came to Florida A&M University, shout out to FAMU, to attend college. And when I was a student at FAM, that was when Republicans took control in my state. And they did everything from eliminating affirmative action to trying to tier FAMU in the third bottom tier with the fewest resources. I decided to run for city commission after I graduated. I was 23 years old, ran for a seat that was roughly... The electorate was almost 70% white. Nobody thought we had a chance of winning, including my mama, who gave me $20 of a campaign contribution and told me not to spend it all in one place.
Everything helps.
Everything helps, man. Everything helps. And that is quite magical. We didn't raise a lot of money, but we ended up winning that race, making me the youngest person in Tallahassee's history to serve on the city council.
It's like 20-something, right?
23. I was 23.
Wow.
Yeah, 23. You know what? We organized. I got to tell you, I mean, if I didn't learn anything else, and fighting all those battles, even as students with lawmakers and the legislature and the governor, at that time it was Jeb Bush, it was how you organize people. And so we did dorm storms. We showed up at people's dorm rooms, knocked on the door.
Our strategy,
that's it.
Maybe normally didn't vote.
Didn't vote. And everybody kept saying, what are you doing, paying attention? Why are you on campus? The students don't vote. 9 students voted on the campus of FSU in the previous election.
Wow.
We're like, we're going to turn the heat up on that. And we did something called knock and drag. We knocked on doors and dragged people out, literally dragged them out to go vote. And we created our own electorate, if you will.
And need that now, by the way.
We absolutely need it now, not just in local races, but even at the national race, at the national level. Imagine what the outcome of the election could have been had, communities, young people included and others, shown up in real numbers to frankly let our voices be heard.
We need our own tea party. We need like a cognac party, and all the black and brown people come together, and we just vote in these big blocks all throughout the country. I lost a woman to FAMU too, man. I just want to say that. I'm being honest. This woman that I dated before my wife, she left. She went to FAMU.
Nice.
And she was a virgin when she went to FAMU. And I drove down there one time for the weekend, and all of a sudden she wanted to have sex, and I was like, "Yep, this goddamn FAMU." And I looked around that campus, and I said, "Yeah, I ain't gonna keep this one. I can't compete. I can't compete with all these wild Florida boys."
Come on, man, get out of here! Get out of here! Listen, it's hard to compete with a rattler, and that's okay.
Man,
I will tell you, FAMU. I'm the first in my family to graduate from high school of the kids, and the first to go to college. And I ended up at FAMU, frankly, after watching a different world. I mean, I grew up on watching that show.
I saw
Different World, right?
Different World.
Same deal, right? I mean, there's something to be said for the power of seeing yourself reflected, right?
Right. We always were just talking about that, how important it is to see somebody like you on TV.
Absolutely.
And to have those role models. And one thing we've been talking a lot about, too, is actually running for office, because a lot of people don't feel like they're even qualified to run for office so that they could even potentially win. But it's so important for us to be in offices, even if we have to start at the bottom, locally, whatever it is that you have to do so that you can represent for your people.
That's right. I mean, and consider locally, it sounds like, starting low, but I'm mayor of a city that has a nearly $800 million budget, right?
Years old.
At 23, but I thought I could win for sure. Nobody else did. But the truth is after I got there for a while, I was doubting myself as to whether or not I had the skill sets, the background. And the truth is we have to be honest about the fact that sometimes when we find ourselves in these positions of power, you're looking for validation in what it is that you do and what you say, and making sure that people are supportive of you. And
distract you from doing the work.
Yeah, it does stop you from doing the work, and it stops you from being your most authentic self. I have an experience. I have a lived experience that I need to be able to reflect. And it was a light switch coming on, and it's not stopped since.
If you have to say these are the issues, because I see you focus a lot on the kids.
Absolutely.
And making sure that they have something to do outside of school and fixing the education system as well.
Well, it is huge. So, I mean, I grew up in Miami and matriculated all the way through the public system. K through 12, obviously a state university system for college. In my state, roughly 47% of the people there say that they cannot make ends meet at the end of the month. So they're working. In fact, they're working harder than ever and still can't pay their bills. Why? Because we largely have a low-wage economy in my state. We have a governor who decided not to extend Medicaid, right? 1.5 million of the most medically needy people who don't have access to health care because we got a governor who philosophically disagreed with Barack Obama and therefore decided not to do it. We have a governor who right now in a legislature who refers to our schools as failure factories and our teachers as evil. Right. And so when I was growing up in Florida, while we didn't have while college worked for me, for my older brothers, it was getting a skill, monetizing that skill that they could get a job that led to a career where they could make a good wage for themselves and for their families. We have all but pushed out of the public education system apprenticeships, pipelining,
trades,
apprenticeships, trades, woodwork, electrical, mechanical, all those skills that, frankly, in my opinion, are critical.
Yeah, what happened to shop class? What happened to home economics?
They replaced it with high-stakes tests, which don't tell us what our kids know, but how well they take a test, right? And so, in my opinion, it's imperative that we have a governor who understands that experience, that lived experience of people in our state, and are prepared to do something to shift up the game a little bit in such a way that, one, if you're not on a college-bound track, you should be able to get a skill that leads to a job, that then leads to a career that pays a good wage. If you're going to college, you should be able to graduate without coming from under a mountain of debt. If you choose Florida as your home and you get caught up in the criminal justice system, you should be able to pay your debt to society, make your way back into society, and make a good life for yourself. But unfortunately, we have an unforgiving criminal justice system, right? I talk unapologetically about the fact that I've got brothers who got felony records for drug sales. And when they got out, I had a very difficult time trying to get a job. And so both my brothers who found themselves in that situation now own their own businesses. And people say, man, you got such entrepreneurial. If you ask them, they're not entrepreneur. They had to eat. They had to feed their kids. They had to feed their wives. How do we create a criminal justice reform system and a society that doesn't punish people perpetually for a mistake?
I think we have to turn those facilities into actual correctional facilities. We call them correctional facilities, but what are we doing to correct people? I think that we should have trades in school. You should be able to really get a real education that means something. That's right. Like a degree that means something when you come home.
That's right. I totally agree. I mean, and there are some simple ways to do it. It's not like we're starting from zero. What it requires is somebody whose intention toward making that happen. But it isn't rocket science on how it is that you reinfuse trades and apprenticeships back in the educational system.
All right, we have more with Andrew Gillum. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have from Tallahassee running for Florida Governor, Andrew Gillum. Charlamagne?
Yeah, I saw you tweeting about how we should legalize marijuana and use the money to fix up Florida's public schools.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we've seen the damage that overcriminalization has done, particularly as it relates to marijuana use, marijuana sales, obviously. Obviously, the law of the land is what it is, and we have to enforce the law as it exists. However, I think cities all across the country should be looking at ways to decriminalize certain forms. And so our law enforcement agencies use discretion. If they pull you over and you got a roach, typically the standard thing is to, criminalize you, arrest you, book you, and create a criminal record profile on you. And we're saying, is that really the way in which we fight crime in our city?
Sure, give me a break.
Or
let's just fine and keep it moving.
Or we could say that we're going to have some compassion around this whole issue and recognize that these aren't the folks who are creating real criminal element in our city, that there are other real criminal elements in our city, that if you weren't focused 30 minutes writing a citation on a roach, maybe you could actually be dealing with the folks who breaking and entering and committing violent crime, right? And so this is simply a question of where our priorities are. And unfortunately, we have an Attorney General, Jeff Sessions. His intention is to continue to criminalize, in fact, even go after cities that followed Obama precedent rules when it came to decriminalization and saying, no, we're throwing those rules out. We want to prosecute these cases to the fullest extent of the law.
Where are the celebrities? Where are your T-Pains and your Plies and your Ross and these artists from Florida? Are they backing you? Are they behind you?
I sure hope so. We're obviously... we've been focused a lot on our primary voters, many of them older voters in our state. But it's my intention to try to recruit as much support as I possibly can from those folks. I will tell
Black
you
was
that
a big contributor of your campaign, right?
Say it again.
Kodak Black, he contributed financially to your
Indeed.
campaign, right?
No.
No, he
what
didn't.
did you wait? Kodak Blackien. I'm sorry. You know who I thought about?
You just fell into that.
You trapped me, man. We got 14,000 contributions. I think you tried to trap me on that one.
And you helped lower violent crime in the city by more than 10%. And this is just common sense to me, and I don't know why people don't do more of it. It was simply through increased investments in law enforcement.
Law enforcement, but not just law enforcement in the sake of hiring more officers to arrest more people, but hiring more officers to do community policing. When I was growing up in South Dade, we knew officers by name. Mm-hmm. They reflected the community. Right. They would come, my grandmother would sit on her rocking chair and carry on a 30-minute conversation with the law enforcement officer. We run past them like it wasn't nothing because...
It shouldn't be your only interaction.
That's exactly, you were not afraid. Mm-hmm. You were not afraid, and your only interaction wasn't always a bad interaction, right? We had a different outlook on that, and unfortunately, we've gotten so far away from it. So what we said is, we're going to incentivize community policing. We're going to hire more officers so that we can put more folks in areas where they can build relationships with communities and the folks who live in those communities. The other thing that we did, and I'm extremely proud of this, I started this program called Community Connections, which is a restorative justice process. Mm-hmm. It takes first-time nonviolent young people under the 18 and under for nonviolent offenses. And instead of them going before a judge and being told that they've committed some crime against the inanimate state of Florida, they don't know the state of Florida. They ain't touched her. They don't know how she feels. They don't know anything about that, but they're told that they've committed some crime against her. And the recidivism rate for folks who are adjudicated through the normal justice process is about 40% of them go on to recidivate. We created a program called Community Connections where instead of going before a judge in a court of law, you go before a community panel, Ms. Jackson, Ms. Jefferson, the principal, maybe a teacher, maybe a law enforcement officer, maybe the victim, maybe the victim's family, and you get told how the actions you did affected us. Wow. And what we've learned is that over 90% of our kids over the same observation period as the state uses never go on to recidivate over that period, right? Not because they're brilliant or because we're any more brilliant. It's because we're trying to lean into smart justice.
Yeah, that's
right?
like a human issue.
It's a humane, absolutely. It pierces, right? It makes sense. It's like, man, yeah, I hate to disappoint Miss Jackson. I got to see her every day, right? Or whomever. And there's a different level of human connection that takes place. This concept is known as restorative justice. To your point, Charlamagne, how do we restore through the criminal justice process? Not just detain, not remove from society and create, strong, resentful men and women, but how do we restore them with something that when they get out, they got some usefulness for themselves. They can apply themselves. The other thing I did in my city with the support of my colleagues is we banned the box. We don't ask about criminal background history when you apply for a job with the city of Tallahassee, unless answering yes to having had a criminal background history is a disqualifier for a job. If it isn't a disqualifier, we're going to measure you on your merit. Are you qualified? Will you make a good employee? Will you help this team? be a good team member. And what we've learned is that some of those folks, the hardest working individuals we have in our government, because they know what it means to be without.
That struck me because at first I was thinking, like, nah, some people need to go to jail. But then I'm like, nah, some people just really need to know somebody cares.
Absolutely. I think that's, man, why do we divorce ourselves from our very human instincts when it comes to crime and justice? I mean, it's no different than how you or I or any of us in this room might want to feel when it is that we made a mistake and we don't want to be the baby thrown out with the bathwater.
Yes.
You know you've done wrong sometimes. And the truth is that every one of us have, right? We've all fallen short in our own respective ways. And for some people, it's even worse than falling short. It is that you were born into a situation and into a set of circumstances that every single day, this is the life that you saw. This was the example that was set for you. Drug-addicted mom, maybe absent dad, trading between which home, grandmama house, auntie house, cousin house down the street.
Minister Society, Boys in the Hood.
All
juice.
of it, man. All of it. And so we got to, at some level, start to re-educate, right, our kids. That's why I've leaned into programs like the 1,000 Mentor Initiative that I've launched in my city to try to get loving, caring adults in front of our youth to say, you know what, young man, I expect great things of you. You don't even know what those great things are, but brother, I'm looking at you and your future is so bright, right? I want you to spend a day with me in the mayor's office. I want you to see what that's like. Or if you're a teacher, you know, bring this young man out to the soccer game over the weekend. Show them a different experience. Even in my own city, I was shocked to learn how many of our kids never stepped foot on the campus of FAMU or Florida State University, right? And all that takes is somebody who cares enough to bring them along.
Absolutely.
Right? And you never know the kind of transformational power you can have on an individual just by the power of your example.
And it works.
Right?
I've had that happen to me. Like, I have a extensive criminal record, but it was constantly adults in my life who were like, no, you got a bright future. You're wasting your potential, showing me different things. Right. And that does have an impact on
Totally has an impact. And we can't give up on our youth in that way, right? We can't they're too young. And we're already treating them like they're adults. Absolutely. And like that, you know, they're too young. They're kids. I watch my own kids, and that's why I feel so passionately about it, that I'm setting an example for them. I watch my kids. They're not reading age. I got a set of 3-year-old twins and an 8-month-old. And because we have a habit of reading to our kids at night, my kids, when we're not in the room and we're just sort of watching or we're listening on the camera, my wife and I see them on the camera holding the book, and they're making up their own stories, right, as they turn the page. And Caroline is mimicking what she heard her mama say to me. And Jackson's mimicking back what he heard me say back to their mother, right? The power of example is amazing. And it doesn't have to be the parent that you're born to that sets that example necessarily. It's my hope that that be your first example, your first teacher. But if it isn't, there's a role that we all as a society and community can play. And that's why community justice is so important to me.
Well, can I export my vote, man?
Man, I'd love you to come be a 6 and a dayer, bro.
Maybe I'm biased because you black, but I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
We're talking some good stuff, man.
Yeah, we agree with a lot of things. And some things I've never even heard anybody say before.
Well,
so we appreciate that.
For your listeners, and first of all, I want to thank you all for this platform. It is a powerful platform. Your voices are needed more now, not only on just hip-hop culture and culture in general, but your salient voices on what's happening, the condition of this country right now could not be more important than the moment that we find ourselves in right now. So I encourage you to keep doing it. And for candidates like me who, again, don't have all the resources, we have to depend on people's willingness from New York and Florida and Georgia and everywhere else to pour into our campaign. So if you want to learn more, I hope you'll visit us at AndrewGillum.com. AndrewGillum.com, Andrew, GILLUM.com. And check us out. There's a lot more, and you can absolutely make donations
I'm gonna make a donation
on that website. That means a lot.
I'm sorry that you went to FAMU.
Come on, man.
And I'm sorry about your Jaguars.
Come on, brother. Listen, look, everybody can't be perfect. And so when you can't be, you go to Hampton.
Wow.
Well,
anything,
I didn't see that one coming.
Aside from that, anything that we can do to help, though.
That means a lot.
We would love to help. You know, we come to Florida a lot, so we're always all over Miami, Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
And, you know, just all over. So,
well, let's figure out a time to be together when y'all are in the state.
Absolutely.
Mean
I'm
a
about
lot.
to make a donation right now.
There it is.
It's Andrew Gillum. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
room about cosmetic enhancements. Me personally, I don't care. If you want to get plastic surgery, if you want to do your hair a certain way, you want to wear makeup, I don't care.
No, you compared fake boobs to fake hair.
It's all cosmetic
Charlamagne
enhancements.
said that getting braids in your hair is the same thing as getting plastic
I didn't say
surgery.
it's the same thing. I said it's all a
That's all
cosmetic
I was
enhancement.
saying.
I said it's a cosmetic enhancement. What's wrong with cosmetic enhancement?
I said anybody could do anything, but I wouldn't compare getting braids to
I'm
getting
not
plastic
comparing
surgery.
them. I'm
That's
just saying
all
that
I
they're
said.
cosmetic enhancements. If you want to wear your hair a certain way, if you want to get plastic surgery, do you, boo? That's you.
All right.
Yeah, that wasn't the question, but you were just saying it's the same thing as getting.
I never said it was the same
and
thing.
I said there's a lot more risk that can come with getting plastic
I never said
surgery
it
than
was the
getting
same
braids.
thing. I never said it was the same thing.
All right, guys. All right, girls. All right. Now, let's get to the rumors. We talking Omarosa? Omarosa.
It's about time. What's going on?
It's a good topic, though.
Rumor report. Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So Omarosa has joined Celebrity Big Brother. She's getting $500,000. Well, she could get $500,000 if she wins.
Damn,
So-
she getting Monique stand-up special money?
Oh, stop it.
Damn.
Now, we don't know. She's going to have to win. So I don't know. She has some tough competition. Meta World Peace will be on there.
Salute
Keisha
to
Knight,
Meta World Peace. I just saw him.
Pulliam.
Fight. Yeah.
Mark McGrath will be on there. Chuck Liddell will be on there. So it's going to be some stiff competition. But, you know, we'll see what happens. She made it through the White House for quite some time.
She will not be the last person that leaves this White House and goes back to reality TV. Trust me.
All right, now Pink had a response to Grammy President Neil Portnoy's comment about female artists needing to step up. So the problem was this, and Janelle Monáe posted a total of 90.7% of nominees between 2013 and 2018 were male, meaning just 9.3% were women. Time's up, Grammys. So according to Portnoy, he told Variety that I think it has to begin with women who have the creativity in their hearts and souls, who want to be musicians, who want to be engineers, who want to be producers, who want to be part of the industry on the executive level, to step up. So his reasoning was that women need to step up. Now, Pink responded, women in music don't need to step up. Women have been stepping since the beginning of time, stepping up and also stepping aside. Women own music this year. They've been killing it, and every year before this. When we celebrate and honor the talent and accomplishments of women and how much women step up every year against all odds, we show the next generation of women and girls and boys and men what it means to be equal and what it looks like to be fair.
I'm trying to think what woman wasn't nominated, though. Like, every woman that was, like, really killing it last year was nominated.
Well, the problem is that in the past 5 years, about 90% of the nominees were men, and less than 10% were women. So sounds like a lot of women aren't getting acknowledged.
What's the ratio of men and women in the industry, though?
I mean, there's a lot more than 10% women.
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know.
All right. Now let's discuss Tom Hanks. He's going to be starring as Mr. Rogers in the upcoming biopic, You Are My Friend. The film is going to focus on the friendship between the host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and journalist Tom Junod. And that production will start in September, and they're saying that movie's going to come out in 2019.
I watch anything with Tom Hanks in it. I think Tom Hanks is the greatest actor of all time. That's just my personal opinion.
Of all time?
Tom Hanks of all time?
Absolutely.
I never knew you thought
Look at
that.
the range of things that Tom Hanks can do. Tom Hanks can go from Big to Philadelphia
To Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump
He's done a
to
lot.
Castaway. The guy was on an island with a volleyball and made you cry.
Wilson.
You fell in love with Wilson. You were so sad when Wilson
did.
lost that,
I
got away
was,
from that
man.
rap.
I did cry.
Come on, man. Tom Hanks is the GOAT.
But I cried in that other movie, too. What was that movie I cried on?
Creed?
Yeah, I cried for Creed, too.
Well, that has nothing to do with Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks wasn't in Creed?
I don't know.
why you just
I just said
brought
I
that
cried
up.
for that movie, too.
I'm sure you cry during a lot of movies.
I probably do.
All right, Ray Sherman, according to Mike Will Made It, their next album is going to be a triple disc. So it's going to be a 3-disc album with a solo record from each member of the duo and a joint album. So it's going to be 2 solo albums and a joint album. So 3 albums all together. He said we got the Sway Lee Swaycation, we got Slim Jimmy's Jim Traduction, and then the Ray Sherman side.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first heard this, I was like, okay, this is too much music. And I still think it's too much music, but I like the way they're doing it with 2 solo albums and then the joint album. But let me tell y'all something. Though nobody got that kind of time. Nobody got
That's
time.
a lot of music. People are putting out too much music now. I agree with
Maybe
you.
the kids do. I don't know. I don't have that kind of time to listen to 3
Now, how many
Ray
songs
Sherman
have
albums.
to be on an album for it to be considered a full LP?
I thought it was 10.
Okay, so imagine they
I thought it
just
was
did
9.
Or 8 to 10.
Because
I
Off
don't
the
know.
Wall had 9. Illmatic had 9, right?
I thought
9
it had
songs?
10.
What?
All right, so let's just say for argument's sake it's 10.
We don't know.
So then that's 30 songs. I mean, how many songs was on the Migos album just now?
24.
I don't know, but I ain't get through the whole Migos album yet either. That's
24.
my whole point.
Right. Chris Brown had a
Haven't
long
gotten
album.
through the whole Chris Brown album yet either. I don't have that kind of time. Who got that kind of time?
A lot of people in the car taking a road trip at home.
I don't. I have a life.
If you're a big fan, and people pick their favorite songs and listen to them over and over.
And I listen to Ray Sherman a lot in the gym. I'm not in the gym that long.
But now you have a long time to work out.
That's 3-4 days.
You can run a marathon. All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss E. Charlamagne. What are you giving that down to?
I need a young man named Andy Reimer to come to the front of the congregation. As a radio personality, this hurts my heart because he messed up the money for no goddamn reason.
Okay, we'll get into that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkeys of the Day, ask Charlamagne.
I'm a Democrat, so being Donkey of the Day is a little bit of a mixed blessing.
So like a donkey. Yeehaw. Okay. Donkey of the Day. The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Now, I've been called a lot in my 23 years, but Donkey of the Day is a new one.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, January 30th goes to a radio host in Boston named Andy Reimer. Now, Andy Reimer is a host on WEEI in Boston, and Tom Brady is a weekly guest on the Kirk and Callahan morning show on that station. Now, I don't know if y'all realize how important this is, but WEEI is a sports radio station, and they do Patriots Monday and Patriots Friday. Of course, both these programs provide the station with a close association to the team, the Patriots. Now, they need this because their rival station in Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub, owns the game day broadcast rights of Patriots games. Do people still listen to football via the radio? I guess when you're driving, maybe, right?
In the car, yeah, probably.
Yeah, personally, I would rather have access to the players. You know what I mean? I'd rather hear commentary from the players. And if you're in Boston and you have one of God's only begotten children, one of the top 3 white men of all time in America, right up there with the founding fathers and Elvis Presley, Tom Brady, when you have that guy calling the radio station every Monday, I'm sure it's a lot of sponsorship surrounding Patriots Monday, a lot of advertisements. They probably charge top dollar on this day around this time slot. Tom Brady takes a break from eating avocado ice cream every week just to call this station. Well, that whole relationship may be in jeopardy because of Andy Reimer. See, Andy Reimer got to see the first episode of the TB12 documentary, Tom vs. Time. Well, Andy Reimer had some...
His name is Alex Reimer.
It's Alex Reimer?
Yeah.
Is it Alex Reimer? Oh, okay. Well, Alex Reimer had some critique of this documentary, and that critique didn't go over too well with Tom Brady. But the critique wasn't really about Tom Brady. It was about Tom Brady's child. Let's hear what Mr. Reimer had to say.
Sports Radio WEEI. I've talked for over 2 hours about this Tom versus Time thing. I loved episode 1. I see no issue with the timing of it, and I'm looking forward to episode 2. What'd you think?
It was fine. It was okay.
Just fine? Come on.
All right, I thought the first scene was so staged, where Brady's like in the kitchen, his kid's being an annoying little pissant.
Wow.
It's not Alex, it's Andy. Andy Reimer, okay, called Tom Brady an annoying little pissant. Okay, now I even heard the term, I've never heard the term pissant before. Have you?
No,
yes, I have.
I haven't heard it.
I thought he was calling her a pissant, like urine in the insect. But then I Googled the definition of pissant this morning, and it's considered a vulgar word that means an insignificant or contemptible person or thing. Worthless. Okay, Merriam-Webster, yes, the dictionary. All right, they actually posted a statement saying the word generally considered to be vulgar is formed exactly as one might imagine by blending the urinary sense of piss and the formicine sense of ant. What the hell is formicine? No.
Formicine?
Well, it's not generally used to insult children. That's the moral of the story. Okay, now I have zero problem with giving my critique of anyone. Nobody is above critique, but you didn't have to give any shots to Tom Brady's daughter. She's 5, and you're going to call her something that I had to Google? Pissant? Tom Brady takes a break from his mostly organic, local, and plant-based diet with no... Whose radio was that? Oh. Tom Brady takes a break from his mostly organic, local, and plant-based diet with no highly processed foods to call your station every Monday, which essentially brings ratings and revenue to your station, which keeps food on the table for you and your annoying little children, if you have any. Okay, Tom Brady drinks 25 glasses of water a day, so the time he spends calling WEEI could be spent hydrating. And Andy Reimer, you're not going to respect his time, fam? In fact, you're going to disrespect his time by disrespecting his daughter? Well, Tom Brady, being the class act he is, still called in the Kirk and Callahan show on WEEI on Monday because it was indeed Patriots Monday, a huge Patriots Monday because it's the last one before the Super Bowl. But Tom Brady didn't call to talk about no damn Super Bowl. The man who has never tried coffee, The man who doesn't do caffeine. No fungus, no dairy. Even certain vegetables and fruits are off limits. Didn't want to talk about no Super Bowl. He wanted smoke with Andy Reimer. Let's hear what Tom Brady had to say.
I've tried to come on this show for many years and showed you guys a lot of respect. I've always tried to come on and, do a good job for you guys. So, it's very disappointing when you hear that, certainly with my daughter or any child, they certainly don't deserve that. So I'll obviously evaluate whether I want to come on this show again. So I really don't have much to say this morning. Maybe I'll speak with you guys some other time.
Tom Brady, the man who doesn't eat nightshade vegetables such as peppers, tomatoes, and eggplants, basically just said, fire him and I'll be back. Now, Tom Brady is saying he doesn't want Andy to be fired. Why y'all keep saying his name's Alex?
Because his name is Alex.
His name is Alex.
So why in the news report it says Andy?
There's only one. I think they got it wrong, but ESPN says Alex.
Everybody else says Alex. Even
well, whatever the guy's name is,
Alex Reimer.
Let's call him Mr. Reimer, okay? They want Mr. Reimer fired, all right? But we can read between the lines. Tom Brady said he doesn't want him fired, actually, but we can read between the lines. Tom Brady wants an apology, and he wants Alex fired, and he will consider coming back to WEEI. Okay, Tom Brady doesn't even like tomatoes. So what makes you think he doesn't want this guy fired? Tom Brady eats mostly alkaline foods and follows an anti-inflammatory diet. So you think he is going to stand for inflammatory comments from a radio host? Now, Alex has been suspended indefinitely from the station, and it's my guess he will be looking for a new radio gig really soon, and he has no one to blame but himself. Please give Andy, or Alex Reimer, the biggest hee-haw, please. Come on, you got to be smarter than that.
Now, did you see the video where he was talking about that his daughter was being annoying? You can tell that this guy has no kids.
Looked like his daughter was just being a daughter.
His daughter was being a kid. She's 4 or 5 years old, and she loves her daddy, so she's calling Daddy. Can we go to the sleepover? Daddy, I'm about to play soccer. I want you to come. Daddy, I love you. Like, what is wrong with that? If my kids do it times 30. I thought that was light, actually.
You can't call him a pissant. No,
that's crazy.
Okay. I wouldn't want to be Alex Reimer right now. That's all I know.
I think he owes Tom Brady 5 minutes. That's what I think. Anyway, thank you for that donk of the day, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now when we come back, shoot your shot. Now, if there's somebody you want to holler at, you want to talk to, and you want the Breakfast Club to help you out, well, we'll help you out. When we come back, 800-585-1051. Shoot Your Shot is next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's time to shoot your shot. With the Breakfast Club. This is your one chance. Don't mess it up. Mess it up.
We got Greg on the line. Greg, what's up, bro?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, Greg, it's Shoot Your Shot, man. What's going on, man? Well, tell us who you want to shoot your shot with, bro.
Oh, my gosh. There's this attractive older woman that works out at the same gym I work out. Her name is Carol.
Oh, you like older women, huh? I used to call older women vintage vagina, but I don't.
Don't do that.
I don't object. What's the word? I don't reduce women to their body parts anymore.
Thank you. All right, Greg.
No, she's definitely a cougar, and
Don't call her an animal. What kind of animal are you?
So, Greg, continue. Let's talk about Cheryl. So she's in the gym.
She's in the gym, and, we make eye contact all the time, and I helped her out with a couple of machines. And,
so you work at the gym?
I work out.
He works out.
Okay, you just work out there. You don't work there, but you've been helping her even though that's not your job.
Yeah, I'm just being friendly.
You've been spotting her and all that, huh?
Are you sure that y'all making eye contact? Or she's just like, who is this weirdo that keeps looking at me?
No, we chat each other up a little bit.
Is she married or is she single?
I haven't seen a ring on that finger.
I mean, she's at the gym sometimes.
Who the hell wears rings at the gym?
I know. Tell me, what kind of conversations do you guys have?
Oh, man, we talk about school, working out, summer bodies, and,
How old are you, Greg?
I just turned 18 not too long ago.
18?
Oh, my God.
This woman is 40?
You talk about school?
Now, I'm going to tell you something. You can flirt with her and make her feel good, but I don't think no 40-year-old woman giving no 18-year-old kid no play,
Yeah,
man.
that would be actually creepy.
It's good, though. You make her feel good. You know what I'm saying? She's like, damn, I still got it, you know?
Well,
I don't know. We really have a connection.
What are you looking for, though? Do you want a relationship or you just want to, swim in that fountain?
Lose your virginity.
That fountain of elderliness.
I would like to go out on a date with her.
That's sweet, but she might look at you as a child, as her son. But you have her phone number?
Yes, I do.
Oh, she gave you the number. You asked for it?
Of course.
And she gave it to you? Like, how'd you ask for it, though? Like, on some, yo, can I call you sometime? I want to get to know you better. How'd you ask for it?
I said we plan to have a workout date together, like, meet at the gym at the same time.
Oh, you set it up as work. Smart.
That's good. That's smart. You can't get turned down that way. That's smart. All right, well, let's call her, and let's see how this works out. All right, we're going to stay quiet.
Let's call your grandma, man, and see if we can make this ancestral hookup happen.
Man. And we're going to call her, see how this works out. All right, hold on.
Okay.
All right, when we come back, we're going to call Cheryl and see how this works. All right, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Love and lust.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're in the middle of Shoot Your Shot. Now, Greg is about to call Cheryl. Let's listen in.
Hello.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you? This is Greg from the gym.
Greg. Oh. Hey, baby. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. A little surprised with this phone call, but how are you? What's going on?
All right. I wanted to know if you were free this weekend. Would you like to go to the movies or to dinner or something like that?
What? How old are you?
Something. 18. Legal.
Oh, my God. I do want to go. I can't lie. I do want to go because you a sexy little person, but I thought you was younger than even 18, so...
No.
Where you want to go?
Chuck E. Cheese.
It's working. Hey, Cheryl. What's up? It's the Breakfast Club. I'm Angela Yee.
Hey, Cheryl.
That's Charlamagne. That's Envy.
Hey, Cheryl. You almost pedophile, you.
He's legal. He's legal.
No, almost is the operative word.
I don't want to hear he's legal, because if this was a man,
y'all do it all the time. Y'all do it all the time.
We be calling you creepy and nasty and R. Kelly and all kind of other stuff.
If you saw this little boy and them triceps, biceps, you would understand.
Cheryl, but you just called him a little. You called him a little boy.
No, he's a young man that glistens. His sweat smells like Tom Ford.
Now, you know good and well you ain't taking this little boy seriously. Now, you might let him come over and smash a couple times, but you ain't taking this little boy seriously.
And what's wrong with that?
Oh, okay, then.
Cheryl, I wish you was fat.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Stop judging. It's too early for the judging. Stop it.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question, Greg.
He invited me. I didn't go after him. So
Greg, where you going to take her?
The movies.
The movies, and what restaurant? I'm just curious. What restaurant are you taking it to?
They're going to Chuck E. Cheese, and they're going to see Jumanji. That's what they're going to do. That's what y'all going to do. Chuck E. Cheese and Jumanji.
He's a classy. You're not giving him enough credit. He's a classy young man.
He smells like Tom Ford.
Respectful and smell like Tom Ford, and I like him. And he's my motivation for coming to the gym, besides my jiggly part.
You're going to get you a contributor to the delinquency of a minor charge. Y'all going to be out, and you're going to order him a little wine, you know what I'm saying, to get him in the mood, and you're going to jail.
No, I'm not going to order him wine because he's 18, not 21. Stop it.
You got kids?
Stop it.
You got kids?
I do.
How old are they?
That's not the important part.
That means that they close to this young boy's age. So when you sleeping with him, you look down and you hear some moaning and you think of your child, you gonna know what it is. You got a son?
I am not going to think of my child because my child don't have the muscles on this man. This man is sexy. And Charlamagne, you need to take notes from him and get your weight up and learn something from this young boy. Knock it off.
First of all, you ain't never seen me. You never seen me with my shirt off.
And get your weight up.
All right.
All right. Well, y'all are gonna go out, so this should be interesting. I can't wait to hear the follow up if you guys end up really like dating seriously.
For the record, I still have the testosterone of an 18-year-old.
He went through all this for me. I feel special.
Well, let us know how it goes,
my penis still gets firm like an 18-year-old.
And I mean, Mama. All right?
All right, Grandma.
Yes.
She's not a grandma. Thank you very much.
No, I don't like these double standards. Because this is a 40-year-old man and an 18-year-old woman, we'd be calling him a freaking creep.
No,
okay?
we wouldn't.
In fact, we've done that with Shoot Your Shot before.
Yeah. But she's a creep.
If you're legal.
She's definitely a creep.
Oh, so it's okay if they're legal. We keep that same energy when it's a 40-year-old man and an 18-year-old woman. Okay?
Now, would I do that? No. But is it legal? Yes.
All right. Anyway, well, that was Shoot Your Shot. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Rumors on the way. We have a show to do. Say goodbye. Who's that, Yee?
That was one of my industry friends talking about all these sexual harassment charges.
Oh, wow.
What, they scared that their number going to be called soon?
I said, is there something I should know about you? He said, no. I was just asking.
No. All right. Well, let's keep talking about it and let's get to the rumors.
It's time. She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
All right. Well, yet another person has been accused of sexual harassment, and that person is Charlie Walk from The Four. You also know him as the head of Republic Records. And it's interesting because whoever wins on The Four is actually going to get a deal with Republic.
You can still get a deal with Republic, but is Charlie Walk going to be there when you get that deal is the question.
Right. So right now, according to The Four, they said they are actually reviewing the matter.
Uh-oh.
And they want to make sure they foster a safe environment on all of their shows. So
well, let's see if Fox's The Four makes him step down, or will he have to step down from running Republic Records?
I wonder how that works, because if one person comes out and says it, and he says, no, it's not me, who do they agree with? Who do they go with?
Well, most of the time, people don't step down till like about multiple allegations.
These allegations are not from while he was at, Charlie Walk was at Republic. It was when he was at Sony Music, and that is when one of his employees says that he sexually harassed her. Her name is Tristan Coopersmith, and she's the founder of Life Lab. She said she was in shock when Charlie Walk called her to ask her to work for him. She said he flattered her and told her a lot of things I wanted to hear. And he said he introduced her to a lot of power players, including Donnie Ienner, Leor Cohen, and Russell Simmons. She said it seemed like the opportunity of a lifetime. She wrote a long explanation that was very detailed on her website. And she said that he makes her sick to her stomach almost every day. For a year, I shuddered at the idea of being called into your office where you would stealthily close the door and make lewd comments about my body and share your fantasies of having sex with me. I was 27. No previous experience had taught me what to do in such a situation. So I laughed it off, gently reminded you that you were married with children, and tried to change the subject, but you were relentless. You would message me throughout the day, making sexual remarks, truly vulgar words and ideas. You invited me to dinners that in hindsight I had no business being at, but you did it so you could put your hand on my thigh under the table, every time inching it closer and closer to my sacred place. She also talks about a situation where he threw her down on the bed while his wife was in the room next door. She said, you being drunk and me being 6 inches taller was my saving grace.
Well, how can Fox or Republic review this situation if that happened back in the day?
Yeah, Sony, yeah.
Like, I don't even understand what that means, reviewed it. How are they going to review the situation? What, read the article over and over and over and then decide if they believe it or not?
That's a good question.
I mean, I guess they can't make any rash decisions right now. They can't say, we stand by him. They don't know if it's true or not. And they can't say, so it just happened. The story just came out. So they have to take some time to figure out what is the next step. Are there going to be other people that come forward that have stories? Does she have emails? Does she
I haven't seen any other companies stand by their people.
Does she have evidence? Does she have emails or anything? Now, she ends it saying, I don't wish ill for you, Charlie Walk, only the possibility of personal awakening, accountability, and transformation so that you can use your power for good. I forgive you, Charlie Walk. I hope you can forgive yourself.
Well, Fox The Four comes on Thursdays, I believe. At what time?
I would say 8.
8?
Yeah, it comes on at 8.
Thursdays at 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so she quit the music business 8 years ago. She's now a psychotherapist, and she posted that letter on her website.
They might have to start treating the judges the way they treat the contestants, okay? I don't know if Charlie Walk will be there this week. They might have somebody else. They might have somebody else, and they're competing for that 4th judge spot.
Who wants to battle for that judge spot?
All right.
Sheesh.
Now, Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives has gotten a restraining order.
That's your peoples.
Yes, she is. I actually spoke to her about this. We were on vacation when all the drama was happening, so she wanted to call in, but we weren't here. Now she's saying that her ex-boyfriend, who is from that show, Sweetie Pies, has been sexually harassing her, James Tim Norman. He got a restraining order against her. He says that she slashed his tires. I can't see Jennifer doing that. Now she says that he's been harassing and stalking her. She's in court, and actually Evelyn Lozada is her witness. And she also posted some text messages between the two of them. She said that basically he was very verbally abusive toward her, and threatened to beat up a guy who was looking at her, and sent her a message saying, I'm not really the type of bitch N-word you obviously think I am for you to stand there next to me eyeing that sand N-word. So a lot of different things going on with that. Now, Meek Mill has suffered a setback with the whole situation of him releasing these court transcripts. Now, Meek's lawyer said the judge was trying to get him to dump Roc Nation for one of her friends, but the transcript actually does not say that. According to the transcript, it was Meek's team that was trying to get Meek to fire the Roc Nation and hire Charlie Mack as his manager. It was Meek's probation officer, not the judge, who was pushing that. So that actually is not going to work in his favor now.
Well, this is what y'all need to do. I keep telling y'all to do this. If you got a friend from Philly or a family member from Philly, simply ask them this week. If you had one choice out of these two choices, right? If you could let Meek Mill go free right now, no probation, All Pro, or have the Eagles win the Super Bowl this Sunday, which would you choose?
Meek.
I know people who actually went to the courthouse when Meek first got locked up. They were standing outside the courthouse singing the intro, and when I asked them that question, they looked confused in the face.
Nah, Meek.
They really got to
get the brother out, man.
Listen, I've quizzed about 6 people from Philly, and they be like, "Yo, he got a 2 to 4. He be all right."
No, man. You gotta get Meek out, man.
I'm just telling you what people from Philly say. We're gonna do this poll on the radio before the week is over. We probably wait till Friday.
They could get another one.
Another one, what?
Super Bowl appearance.
I doubt it.
All right. And Michelle Obama is going to be doing her first post-White House TV interview with Ellen DeGeneres. She's going to help celebrate her 60th birthday. So that should be a really fun interview. All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, shout out to Revolt. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody else, the People's Choice mix is up next. Let me know what you want to hear in this mix. 800-585-1051, or you could always hit me up on the Snapchat, get your request in, and all that good stuff. Now, you had a honorary dinner last night. What was that for?
Well, yeah, actually, last night we did a post-Grammys dinner, and it was with my boy Scotty. He owns a studio here, Engine Room Audio, where a lot of people record their podcasts out of. I do my podcast there. And I guess just honoring me for a lot of different ventures that I've been doing outside of just doing radio that I may not always talk about. And I'll actually be in New Orleans on Friday talking at the Inspire charter schools out there. But, I've always been a big advocate of education and health and wellness, so just a lot of things that I do in my spare time. And a lot of people came out, so I really appreciate everybody. Beat Out was there. No ID was there. Punch from TDE was there. Let me see, Jason Rodriguez. Just a lot of people came out to show their support, so I really appreciate everybody for coming through. My boy Ryan Preston was there from Warner Chapel Music. Good time.
Dope, for a good cause. All right, well, let's get to the mix. Let me know what you want to hear. We get your request in. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.